Hello everyone, my name is Riley Bursh from Riley Bursh Oscar Buzz, and today I'm going to be giving my reactions to the 2022 Critics' Choice Awards. So, the Critics' Choice Awards supposedly are made up of critics, but they often don't go with the critic pick and they end up trying to predict the Oscars in a way. So, they're a major precursor, but they're a bit finicky with what they do. And I'm just going to be reacting to the film ones because I know film significantly better than I know television, and my audience knows film significantly more than they know television. So, for Best Score, I'm expecting it to go to Dune, although it could go to Johnny Greenwood for Power of the Dog. I mean, it's the good money's on Dune. And it goes to Dune. Dune. Makes sense. Dune's gonna just take its way easy to the Oscar. One of the major ones that Dune's gonna win. Best song, it's between No Time to Die and Dos Oruguitas. I mean, they didn't love No Time to Die, the movie, but so it could go either way. I'm gonna go with No Time to Die because that's the one that's been predicted. And if it's something weird, sensing that it was not a critic's pick that it was going to do, that they were going to do something weird for. So, goes to No Time to Die from No Time to Die. Makes sense. I still think it's a contentious race. If we don't talk about Bruno was nominated, that would be winning easily, but it's now a contentious race with Billie Eilish still in front and Lin-Manuel Miranda looking like he might not actually get his EGOT this year after all. Best foreign language film is Drive My Car. I mean, it's one of the biggest locks of the night. Drive My Car's winning. Yeah, Drive My Car won. Of course. Best animated feature. It's going to go to Encanto. I'm pretty sure. Flea or Mitchell's have a better chance here than at pretty much anywhere else, but I still think that Encanto's taking it. Mitchell's takes it. Wow. That's weird. Still don't think that's going to happen at the Oscars. Encanto's taking the Oscar. Let's be reasonable here. But, like, that's a big win for Mitchell's. It's solidified that it's number 2. I mean, dang, that's a big win. They did not like Encanto, not giving it song or animated feature. Wild. Best comedy, I'm going with Licorice Pizza, because there's no, like, big studio comedy that was really well received. Like, in the past, like, you've had, like, Crazy Rich Asians win over The Favorite and stuff like that happen, but it's usually a big studio comedy that has a lot of support behind it that they can't give it any other awards. Isn't really the case this year, so I'm just going to default to Licorice Pizza. Licorice Pizza wins. I mean, like, you had Free Guy and Don't Look Up there and Barman Star, which were possible, but, like, come on, it was going to go to Licorice Pizza. I'm not surprised at all, even though it would not have been my vote in the category. Visual effects, it's going to Dune, okay? It's just going to Dune. Yep, Dune wins. Unsurprisingly, just gonna sweep visual effects. Hair and makeup, I'm gonna go with Eyes of Tammy Faye. Won the BAFTA earlier today. I think it's possibly gonna just go along with Chastain if Chastain's actually gonna win. So I'm gonna go with Eyes of Tammy Faye. And I was right. It was the Eyes of Tammy Faye. I still think House of Gucci's in there, but it's losing steam. Cruella's losing steam. It seems like Tammy Faye's just gaining momentum in this category, and potentially an actress. We'll see. Costume design, I'm going to predict Cruella. I don't have a reason to say that Cruella isn't going to win. So I'm going to just go with Cruella for now until it starts losing somewhere. Yep, Cruella won. unsurprising, it's just gonna take its way to the Oscar. Even though West Side Story is probably its biggest competition, I still think Cruella's taking it. Best editing, I'm gonna go with Dune for now, just because it seems like there's not a really good alternative at this point. Or I guess the alternative is King Richard, in my opinion, but I'm gonna go with Dune because it seems like it would be an easy one for the Critics' Choice specifically to just, like, give another tech award to Dune and predict the Dune sweep. Goes to West Side Story. Huh. Weird. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. That it would actually win here. Because, like, the buzz on West Side Story has been low lately. Wild. I guess, okay. Editing is a complete and utter nonsense category this year. It could go any of the 5 directions. Well, not any. I don't think Tick Tick Boom has a ton of a chance. But the other 4, I think, all have a decent shot, which is kind of insane at this point in the race. Production design, I'm going to go with Nightmare Alley. They loved Nightmare Alley here and gave it so many nominations. So I'm going to go with Nightmare Alley. The production design is impeccable in that film, and it should win easily. However, hopefully it's not Dune. It's Dune. Yep, it's Dune. What will it take for Nightmare Alley to win production design somewhere? Please, use your brains, people. We don't need another award to go to Dune. Just give it to the movie that deserves it. Cinematography, I'm going to go with Dune. Just another one on the sweep. It's been doing well thus far. Ari Wegner for The Power of the Dog. Huh. Fascinating. That actually makes this a race now. So if they like Power of the Dog this much, does that mean that, like, Cody Schmidt-McPhee might win here? Because he swept all the Critics Awards, so, like, that would logically make sense for the Critics' Choice to go with the Critics Sweeper or Benedict Cumberbatch, who was a Critics Sweeper. So it would make sense for one of them to win. However, they're probably not going to win just because of Critics' Choice. But it does spell good things that it will win Adapted Screenplay here. Next is Adapted Screenplay. I'm going to say it's Jane Campion winning for Power of the Dog. I know Coda won the BAFTA this morning, but it just does not seem like something that would repeat here specifically. And Campion wins for The Power of the Dog. I mean, makes sense. I still think she's going to win the Oscar. Still think she's going to walk away with 3 Oscars at the end of the night, but hopefully she does. I really like that screenplay, and I really hope that it wins. Original screenplay, I'm going to go with Kenneth Branagh for Belfast. I know Licorice Pizza won the BAFTA, but they loved that movie. They just gave it all the nominations in the world. And I still think that the Critics' Choice are going to give it to Belfast. Belfast was an early front runner, and it seems like the type of movie that they would go with and just go. It's the safe pick, and I think that they would go with the safe pick here. Yep, Kenneth Branagh wins for Belfast. I think this is a really interesting race for original screenplay between Branagh and Anderson. So I'm actually excited that he won this award just because it makes it more interesting. Also, I liked Belfast better and would rather see Belfast win this award than Licorice Pizza. So there it is. Best Director. I have Jane Campion winning for The Power of the Dog. Hopefully she wins this. She would just sweep everywhere. Seems like it would make sense. Yep, Jane Campion wins for The Power of the Dog. Makes a lot of sense. hopefully she just goes on to sweep the entire season, and I don't really see a reason why she wouldn't. Best Acting Ensemble. This is a tough one. I could see them going with The Power of the Dog just because it's like the front runner for Best Picture. I could see them going for Belfast, could see them going for Don't Look Up. I'm gonna go with Belfast because that's what a lot of people thought was gonna happen at SAG, and I think that that's gonna influence this here. Belfast wins Acting Ensemble. Okay, that's at least a good sign for Belfast. It had a good day here, winning Ensemble and Original Screenplay. So Belfast had a pretty good day here. Young Actor, I think it's pretty much between Rachel Zegler and Jude Hill. Depends on how much they like Belfast or how much they like West Side Story. I do sense that Rachel Zegler's buzz has been declining as of late, but I'm still going to go with Rachel Zegler, although it's by a hair. Yup, Jude Hill for Belfast. Belfast having pretty much as good of a day as it could have. I mean, winning picture would be, but I don't think that's going to happen. Jude Hill winning for Belfast, good for him. He's really good in the movie. He's the heart of that film. And he's been kind of overlooked all season. So I'm glad that for a movie that's as high profile as Belfast is in the season, they're at least giving Jude Hill something for it. Supporting actress, it's Ariana DeBose. I mean, like, is anyone... This is, like, one of the least controversial acting wins that of, like, in a very long time. It's going to be just, like, really well received. Yup, Ariana DeBose. We know it. Just another stop towards the sweep. Supporting actor. I'm gonna go with Cody. No, I'm gonna go with Troy. I think the momentum would have hit just early enough that Troy would win here and make it just kind of a boring race going into the Oscar night, which I really hope doesn't happen. And I hope Cody Schmidt-McPhee wins this just because, well, for two reasons. One, I like his performance a little more, and B, it makes the race more interesting. Troy Kotsur, of course. Okay, he's won the Oscar now. Like what else is there? He's won the Oscar. Like, we have our second deaf winner, which is great. Troy Kotsur is going to make a great winner. I think either one of the two would have made a fantastic winner. I just think that Cody Schmidt-McPhee has a much better chance at another role that will get him a win later on in the future. Hopefully, I'm wrong about that, and Troy Kotsur does get a lot of more roles at this point, but I just don't trust Hollywood to actually give him the roles or have the roles be available for him to play. Hopefully I'm wrong about that, but just the cynicism there. Best Actress, I'm going to go with Kristen Stewart. I think this is going to be the, like, campaign to get her to win, to get her to actually take the prize, and because she was the critic sweeper, just hopefully they go with the critics' pick at least somewhere. Jessica Chastain. This makes the race just far less interesting. It's just Chastain. That's disappointing. I wanted this to be like a wacko category. But, like, it's just not. Ah, that's so disappointing. Now for actor, I have Will Smith winning. Because they're just gonna go with what the perceived frontrunner is. Will Smith's the perceived frontrunner. He's very good in the movie. He's gonna win this. I feel like there's no chance that Benedict Cumberbatch wins and Cody Schmidt-McPhee loses. Yeah, Will Smith won for King Richard. Of course he did. It was obvious he was going to win all the televised awards, even though Benedict swept the critics' prizes. And then I think Power of the Dog's winning picture. It slightly overperformed, although didn't get Cody Schmidt-McPhee in there. Still got Ari Wegner winning. So I still think Power of the Dog's winning picture. Yep, Power of the Dog wins picture. Nice. It's just another stop on its road to the win. Congrats to the Power of the Dog. You've won the Oscar for Best Picture. Jane Campion, you're getting at least 2 Oscars this year. Possibly 3. Yeah, just weird that 3 of the Critics' Sweepers didn't win at the Critics' Choice Awards. Like, 3 people who swept the 3 biggest sweeps of Cody Schmidt-McPhee, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Kristen Stewart all lost. I don't understand what the point of this group is. I just don't quite understand where that balance is that they're hitting between being a critics group and being an Oscars precursor. Like, where's the balance that they're trying to hit? Unclear, but I do find them quite interesting in that regard, that they're kind of respective of the season and the place in the season that we're at. So, over the next couple of days, I should be finishing watching all of the nominated films, and then I'll have my ranking of all of the nominated films coming out hopefully within the next week. So, if you like this video, wait for that one, and my BAFTA reactions are up on the channel already. So, thank you, and have a good night, everyone.